song, y'all. It's not the original, but this the remix they did. But I like it. This is my song. This my own testimony. All right, come on in. Let me know who you are. Leave a comment. Drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Hey, sister, how you doing? Good to see you. Sandy Baldwin is here. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in and share. We're going to help some folks tonight. Come on in. Let me know you are here and share this show tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, y'all. All right. Let's get the music right now. I don't know how to play that. I'll play it through the whole show. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Self-Checkout Show, where we take an honest look at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. I'm your host, Pastor Will, and I'm glad to be here once again with you guys tonight. I'm going back on my every 2 week thing for the next month. I'm going to be going back every week in September, but I had to come back on for a few weeks in a row because I have to continue to promote the Overcomers Gathering 2022. It's 2 days away, and I'm like so excited. I'm excited. I am really looking forward to Friday night and Saturday morning. And I thank God because we've been going, WTM has been going for about 4 years, maybe 3. I need to know when my own anniversary is. I know it's in March or is it May? Anyway, we'll figure that out. But we've had some events, y'all, but we have never had a conference like this. And it is really exciting. And this Friday night, good evening, Daphne. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. This Friday night, we are having service. This will really be our first official service that we've ever had. We do our online thing, but we've never had an in-person service. And we are this Friday night. And our guest is the Apostle R.J. Williams. It's going to be amazing. We have Prophetess Latina Cunningham, who's going to be our worship leader with some of her singers. And then Apostle R.J., y'all know we going to dance and all that, right? Friday night. It is free, of course. We do not charge people to come to church. So I need to make that clear. Friday night service is free and open to the public. If you are in Chicago or surrounding suburbs, Oak Brook Terrace is actually where we are going to be. Then you need to make your way to the Overcomers Gathering this Friday night at Heritage Park, 1 South 325 Ardmore Avenue. And then on Saturday morning, at 10 a.m. is the 6th volume of The Front Line. That's my baby, y'all. The Front Line is my baby, and this is number 6. And we're going to be talking about overcoming trauma. There's so many facets of trauma. So much surrounds that word trauma, and we're going to be talking about that on Saturday morning. Hey, Mama. We're going to be talking about that on Saturday morning, overcoming trauma with a phenomenal group of panelists, Pastor Jeremy Collier, Pastor Matt Blumenberg, Prophetess Sheridan Davis, author Jessica Gray, and Pastor John Stennis will all be on my panel this coming Saturday morning. We're going to dig into some stuff in our lives, honestly speaking, that we haven't gotten over and that has stifled us, and some people have been crippled their whole lives, not literally, but figuratively. They've been crippled by trauma, and it has affected them their whole lives. And we're going to dig into that on Saturday morning. And I want you guys to come. I know Sandy won't be here because Sandy is going to be in Myrtle Beach. Okay. But if you are here, I want you to come out and share with us. It's going to be amazing. And it's my hope with anything that my ministry does, it is my hope that someone is helped. That's all we want. We want people to be helped. We want people to be healed. We want people to be whole. So many people are walking around life and they are not whole. They are not healed and they are not whole. It is our ministry's desire to see that. She said, oh, yes. It is our ministry's desire to see to it that people are healed and whole. All right. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, come out with us this Friday night, August 5th, and this Saturday morning, August 6th. And just 3 days after that is my mama's birthday. Mom is on here. My mom's birthday is this coming Tuesday, August 9th. And we are really, really happy about that. Y'all know I love my mama. All right. So listen, guys, I want you all to share this broadcast tonight because I'm really going to bless somebody tonight. I'm going to be of great help to many of you that are watching. And speaking of which, Facebook, thank you. YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, all y'all that's out there, thank you for watching the Self-Checkout Show. And to those of you who watch the replay, I have faithful replay watchers, and that means a lot to me. And I want to say thank you also to those that watch the replay. Now, before we get into our main topic tonight, let me just take a minute to see. Let me tell y'all something. Beyonce is all over the news now because she, Lord Beyonce, she done put out this new album. She hasn't put out an album in I think 3 years, right? 3 years or something like that. She done put this album out, and as soon as it comes out, of course, everybody gets to critiquing the album. Whether they like it, they don't like it, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about all that because people get on my nerves with that. But I don't like it because this, that, and the other. First of all, she don't care whether you like it or not. I said that on Facebook, but that woman don't care two means about what we think about her music because she is paid. But something happened. In one of her songs, she singing and uses the term spazzing out or spaz out or something like that. Something about spazzing out. And a community of disabled people said they kind of went in on her on Twitter. It was like, yo, you can't say that because that is a derogatory remark or a derogatory word that describes our disability. Okay. So she went back in the studio and, did whatever they do in the studio. So now that song no longer contains the word or the term spazzing out because she don't want to be disrespectful to those that are disabled, right? Okay, good and well and good. Then Kelis, y'all remember Kelis, the girl that made that song "My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard"? Y'all remember that? Yeah, her. So apparently Beyonce used some of that song in one of the songs that she made. Beyonce used a piece of Khaleesi's music in a song that's on this new Beyonce album, and um, Khaleesi was not happy. She was like, "This chick stole what made me rich," because Khaleesi ain't really did nothing else besides that song. To be honest with you, I don't know nothing else the girl made, but maybe that's just me. But anyway, that one hit is what she's known for, and Beyonce sampled some of her music. So now Beyonce goes back in the studio and says, "Okay, we got to redo this song because now that she tripping, talking about I done stole her music." Okay, now there's more. Uh, y'all, somebody else came out and said they needed Beyonce to change some more lyrics. Okay, who was it? It was Monica Lewinsky. Oh God, Monica Lewinsky came out in the public and said Beyonce need to change the lyrics to a song that she made 9 years ago. Partition. 9 years ago, she made this song, and now you want her to change the lyric because everybody else telling her to change the lyric. Now you mad, lady. If you don't go and sit down somewhere, get out of here. That woman ain't going back to change no album that she put out 9 years ago, fooling with you, Monica Lewinsky. And we all know what Monica Lewinsky is known for. I don't know if y'all watched the documentary or the series on, I believe it was on FX. I can't remember the name of it. Shucks. I wish John Stennis was here because he would know. Yeah, Sandy, she wants her to go back and change this song that she made 9 years ago. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. People, this is team too much. That's what she is. She doing way. There you go. Go to bed. Get your tail in the bed because ain't nobody changing nothing from no 9 years ago. I just wanted to drop that on y'all because it was hilarious to me. Beyonce, and at my age, y'all know I am not a bona fide house head, but I love my house music. I do. It was very, very popular when I was in school. And yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That is her. Yeah. House music was very popular when I was in high school. I believe it or not, I used to dance. My mom would tell you I was on dance teams at my school and everything. Impeachment. That's it, Charlotte. That was the name of it. I couldn't think of that for nothing. And we would dance, and I would go to, back then we had the factory on Madison. Hey, sister, how you doing? Sister Glenda. We had the factory back then. We had Da Vinci Manor. Those are really the only two I would go to dance. But house music was really big back then. And if you got the right DJ, nowadays it's still hot. It's still popping. On the South Side, they have every year they do the big house thing, and I think it's Washington Park or Jackson Park, the Chosen Few, right? So house music is always going to be great. But Beyonce tried to kind of touch this house music with this album. And now I'm going to tell you the truth. About two or three of them tracks is all right with me. It's all right with me. But other than that, I listened to it a couple of times. I said maybe it'll grow on me, and it ain't grow on me. So yeah, we're gonna pass this one, Beyonce. We're gonna let this one on pass. But anyway, I do want you guys to first of all share this broadcast if you hadn't, because we're getting ready to get into what we came to talk about tonight. And I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were just having a conversation about a few things. Leave it for the B Nation. Yeah, exactly. They, they love it. She can get on a record and sing the ABCs, and they're gonna fall in love with it. And you better not say nothing about it, because them folks are something else. But anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were, talking about, um, people that need or that ask for help a lot, and we always, as Christians, we try to be there for people when we can. If we can, we need to be there, help them, in any way possible, any way that we can. We should try to do that, right? But our lesson tonight is, it's okay to help people, but what happens when helping you is hurting me? Oh boy, we're gonna get into it tonight. Y'all with me? Y'all gonna help me. When helping you is hurting me. Tonight we're gonna free some people up from doing some stuff for other folks, and you end up, let me just say it this way, you end up looking crazy after you didn't help them, because number one, they gone. After they receive your help, they gone. And some of them you don't see again or hear from again until they need your help again. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. When helping you is hurting me. Now, y'all know Pastor Will got some scripture for you, right? You know I do. Now, I want you to listen to this, because let me pull up the first chapter. I just want to give you a piece of background. All right. In Mark chapter 1, this book, the Gospel of Mark, it opens with talking about John the Baptist preparing the way for Jesus Christ to come. It talks about Jesus being baptized. It talks about him being led into the wilderness, where the devil tempted him. It talks about when he called his first disciples, and in Mark chapter 1, Jesus drove out a demonic spirit from somebody. He healed people. He pulled away from the people and started praying. He healed a man with leprosy. A lot went on in chapter 1. Now, after he healed the man with leprosy, he told the man not to tell anyone that he had been healed from Jesus Christ. But the man was so excited and happy that he had been healed, he wasn't telling everybody, right, what had happened to him. And so Jesus, he wanted to stay off to himself. Pastor Greg, how you doing, my friend? So glad to have you on tonight. He wanted to stay away to himself, but because the healed man had told everybody, they all came to this town where Jesus was. And so now Jesus no longer had his solitude. He no longer was able to chill by himself, right? So Mark chapter 2 begins by saying, a few days later, Jesus went into Capernaum. The people heard that he had came home, right? They gathered in such large numbers that there was no room left, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Now, before I give you the next two verses, because that's all we're going to talk about, and I'm going to help you with this, verse 3 and verse 4, when we read this, and maybe 5 and 6, but especially verse 3 and verse 4, when we read this and when people preach it, and it's nothing wrong with it, because this is what happened. They focus on the healing that took place with this man that we're about to read about. Minister Kimmy is on. My girl, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. When we look at Mark chapter 2, verse 3 and verse 4, everybody typically focuses on the healing, which is great because God is a healer, right? Jesus is a healer. Mark chapter 1, he healed a lot of people. He cast out devils and all that kind of stuff. He got tired. He wanted to pull away. He wanted to chill by himself. But the man, when he told folks, not here the folks come, Jesus got to preach again. Okay? So now he's preaching to the people. And Mark chapter 2, verse number 3, I want to give you the amplified version. It says, then they came, bringing a paralytic to him. Watch this. This is the part that many people miss. We skip over this part. Who had been picked up and was carried by 4 men. Let's rewind. They came, Jesus is preaching, right? I'm going to help y'all tonight. They came bringing a paralyzed man. This dude was paralyzed, couldn't walk, period. They brought a paralytic to him who had been picked up and was carried by 4 men. We got that. Okay. Verse number 4 says, and when they could not get him to a place in front of Jesus because of the throng or because there were so many people at the door, they could not just carry him right in the front door. There was a throng of people. Look what they did. They dug through the roof above him, and when they had scooped out an opening, they let down the thickly padded quilt or mat upon which the paralyzed man lay. Now, let me give you my version. Here's what happened. They got a paralyzed man laying on a mattress, a quilt, a mat, whatever you want to call it. He cannot walk. So how does he get around? He has to have people carry him everywhere he needs to go. Let's just stop right there in verse number 3. They bring a paralytic to him who had been picked up and was carried by 4 men. We always focus on the healing that happened in these verses, but we always seem to forget about the 4 men that carried the paralyzed man. Oh, can I talk to my friends and family tonight? Can we talk? Can we talk tonight? This man had 4 men carrying him everywhere he needed to go. Let's talk about let's talk about the possible jobs that these men had and had to give up because they had to carry this guy. Let's talk about the family time, the quality time that's lost with these men and their families. 4 families are now missing a piece of their family because they got to carry this dude. Huh? Let's talk about the mental and physical anguish that each of these men possibly had to suffer because they got to carry this guy everywhere he needs to go. Now, I want you to stop a second, and I want you to remember that we at first said that we should be help one to another when necessary, right? If you have something that I need that could help me and I ask you for it, by all means, you should help me. And I should help you the same way, right? Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is there comes a time when we all may need someone to carry us. Okay? Y'all with me? You're with me. We might fall into a little financial situation where the month is longer than the money, right? Need a little help sometime in your pocket. And you might need to call on mama or sister, brother. For me, it's my mama. I call on her in a minute. I need some help. I need you to carry me until I get to this point. And those that are willing to help will carry you to where you need to be, put you down, and they go about their life, you go about yours. But this was not the case. They carried this man. They had to come to where he was. They had to pick him up. They had to carry him and wait for him to do whatever it was he needed to do. And then they had to pick him up and take him back and put him back. That's too much. That's too much. And some of us are doing too much carrying. We're carrying too many people. Well, Pastor, we're supposed to have compassion. Yes, we are. But first point, I only got 2 points tonight. My first point is we need to have sensible compassion. Got to have sensible compassion. What is sensible compassion? Sensible compassion means I am compassionate. I have the means to help you because I'm a Christian. I have the love of Christ in my heart, and I will help you as much as I possibly can within reason. I'm going to help you, but I got to have some sense about this. Got to have some sense. I love you. I'm compassionate, but I got to have a little bit of sense about how I'm helping you and how much I'm going to help you, because you will not tie up my entire life having me carry you everywhere all the time. Have sensible compassion. Have you ever known anybody? I haven't. I don't know nobody that, imagine, check this out. Let me just talk to y'all. We're just talking practically and generally, right? We're not deep tonight. Imagine you getting a disconnection notice for your lights in the mail. Okay? Your light's about to get cut off. And then your best friend calls you and said, girl, I got a disconnection notice in the mail for my lights. Help me keep my lights on. Help me pay this bill. But you got a disconnection notice too. I don't know anybody that's going to say, well, I'm a Christian, so they need some help. So I'm going to take my light bill money and give it to her so she can pay her light bill. Y'all ain't saying nothing because we ain't going to do that. That's not sensible. That don't make no sense. That's crazy. That's crazy is what it is. Y'all, I can't take over deep folk. I can't take it. Well, the Lord said this and the Lord said that. God ain't saying all this stuff to all these people. Let me be the first to tell you that. He's not saying all of this stuff. That is absolute foolishness to take food from your own house. Oh man, Elijah and the widow woman, he said, fix me something to eat. And she said, hey, bro, I only got a little bit for me and my son. We're in a family. We're going to eat this and we're going to die. Right? Prophet said, I hear you, but do what I said. Fix me something to eat. Do you not know that made no kind of logical sense? Why you going to feed this grown man your food that, and you ain't even got none really yourself. Come on. We got to make sense of it. We got to make sense of that. We got to have sensible compassion. Bro, I love you, but right now, I'm in a little spot myself, so I can't help you. That kind of ties into last week's lesson, don't it? You know, the title, When Helping You is Hurting Me, is actually a book that was made by a lady named Carmen Berry. And the book talks about how we get into these modes of being a provider, of being a hero, of being this, that, and a comforter, being all of these things to as many people as we possibly can. And you know, let me say this lovingly. As great as you are, you have to stop trying to be all things to all people. You have compassion, but we need to have sensible compassion. Let me see what y'all saying, because I ain't looked at no comments. I'm sorry. Let me see what y'all saying. Greg Huggins said to carry means to take or support from one place to another, to convey, to transport. Help me preach, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? Let's see. Mama said my friend got to go further on up the road with that. Then there comes, Lauren said, there comes the but or the however. You know what's coming, right? You know it. Charlotte said that's how some people become broke. Now, see, that's really what I was kind of driving at right there. That's really what I was kind of driving at, because we want to help people so bad. And it's a wonderful thing to want to help people so bad. But when helping you starts to hurting me, I got to pull back now. I got to pull back. Because let me tell you something about takers. Takers are going to be just that. They're going to be takers. They are going to take. Come on, Kim. Kim Taylor said you got to take care of you first. Absolutely. You got that right. You better take care of you first. And that's another key point that we forget. And then when we end up lacking, right? When we end up falling short, because we want to be so compassionate. And again, people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being compassionate, showing love. That's the Christ-like way. But use sense with your compassion. Because when helping you is hurting me, we got a problem. Sandy said it's in my nature to help, but I've gotten burned so much. Learned my lesson some time ago. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And she's not the only one listening to this tonight. You can see yourself in a lot of what I'm saying tonight. Man, I didn't help thus and so. I didn't help so-and-so. And I said this a little while ago. Only time you see them or hear from them is when they need something. Oh, we ran out of food. Okay, I'm gonna buy you some grocery. I'm gonna send them $100 on the Cash App. Tell them to go to the grocery store. Hey, Tabby, how you doing? Right? Send them $100. Go to the grocery store. You don't even get so much as a thank you, huh? We got to make sense of it. We got to have sensible compassion. And then a month and a half later, you hit this joker come again. Can you help us out with buy some food? No, you know what? Helping you is hurting me. So this time, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to let your stomach growl a little bit, because you need to know how to manage your money a little bit better, so you won't be in this situation again. Because see, as long as you do not have sensible compassion, they'll keep pulling from you. They'll pull from you, take from you, and they'll keep on taking. That's what takers do. They take. Yeah. Can I talk to some real people tonight? Hey, Sister Nancy, how you doing? Can I talk to some real people? Charlotte said they become dependent on you. That's true. And you know who's to blame for that? We are. We are. Now, if you have the means, you should help people. But you have to be careful because some people know you have the means and they'll keep asking because they know you're going to keep giving. But if you keep on running out of food and I got to keep paying for it, at some point, your stomach going to have to growl a little bit. Because, hey, look, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. Sandy said you have to reach a point of release and then be free from the decisions you've made. Absolutely, without a doubt. Tabby said when appreciation turns into expectation. When appreciation turns into expectation. You said something there, Tabby. I like that. Kim said they stay there until you're completely broke and will talk about you like a dog. Now, them the ones right there that I can't never fool with no more. Because I have helped you until it hurt me, and now I can't help you no more. So now you're gonna talk about me. Well, I don't know. This includes family too, Sandy says. Tabby says, we are to blame. It's unfortunate, but we tend to learn boundaries the hard way. Charlotte said, I'm going to need to file you on my taxes. You have to be careful. They will drain you dry. They will. But you know what, Kim? They will drain us dry. And the reason is because, number one, we allow them to. And number two, we love them so much that we don't want to see them in the situations that they're in. And number three, we don't have sensible compassion. We have compassion, but we have it to the point that we're willing to give all and end up with nothing. We're willing to give up everything to carry this man around, to transport him everywhere he needs to be. We're giving up our everything to carry somebody else, right? Tabby said, I can't preach, y'all. Just don't. Okay, Tabby, I see that. So that's what we're doing. Again, we thank God for the miracle that happened in Mark chapter 2, but we want to deal with the pre-miracle. We want to deal with how the man got the miracle. We want to deal with how he was dependent upon these other four men to get him everywhere he needed to be. You cannot be that person to everybody you come across. You can't be that to your whole family. You can't be that to all of your friends. You cannot do that because it will deplete you of everything that you have. Money, peace, come on. And if you've been burnt enough, it'll make you start saying no to everybody, even when you can do it, even when you feel led to do it, because people will take you there. I know I'm right about that. People will take you there. And you'll feel like, I ain't helping that. I almost said something. I ain't helping that joker no more. You got to have sensible compassion. You got to have sensible compassion. Sensible compassion. Second point, which ties into the first point, Charlotte, it does harden your heart. It absolutely does. The second point is wait, before I get to that, Tabitha said, but that's where we have to learn to heal. I'm still learning in transparency. Now you want to tell everyone no to protect yourself, heart gone cold, but you have to pray to find balance with that feeling because there are virtual people that deserve the best of you. Let's leave that comment up there for a moment. I agree with that, Tabby. I totally agree with that. And this is one of the things that we could add, I could add to the list of things that cause people trauma. This situation, this helping people all the time, every time, it could traumatize you if you really love this person or these people, and then they turn around and as the old saying goes, bite the hand that feeds them. Yeah. So there are people who deserve the best of you, but we have to be smart enough and sensible enough to decipher who they are. And while we are helping them, we have to be careful not to help them by giving them our all. These 4 men had to stop everything that they were doing. They had to put everything down. They had to drop everything because this man needed something. Huh? So I said a little while ago, we have to, stop trying to be everything to everybody, which is my second point. We have to get rid of the Messiah complex. Get rid of the Messiah complex. Get rid of the Messiah complex. I want to read all this to y'all, but it's a lot. But watch this. A Messiah complex is a state of mind in which an individual, y'all don't mind if we just chat. I'm not preaching or teaching, maybe to some, but I'm just talking to y'all. A Messiah complex is a state of mind in which an individual holds a belief that they are destined to become a savior today or in the near future. Not a savior like Jesus Christ, but somebody's savior. The term can also refer to a state of mind in which an individual believes, watch this, that they are responsible for saving and assisting others. The Messiah complex. No, I ain't preaching tonight. I maybe next week, not tonight. These are people who just feel like, I gotta save them. I gotta help them any way I can. Back in the day, they used to call it Captain Save. Well, we can't say that, but y'all know what they used to say. But these are the type of people that feel like they just gotta come to the rescue all the time. You have a Messiah complex, and it's killing you. It's draining you. You want to have the strength of all 4 of these men and carry this dude all by yourself. You want to carry people all by yourself. Sandy said I had to just stop. Sleepless nights because I wanted to help, much to my regret. I would cry about it. It was a real problem for me. Now, see, let me say this to that comment. It is some people's, I believe it, y'all. I believe that some people are called to the ministry of helps. The Bible speaks about the ministry of helps. And that encompasses a whole lot. But some people are God blesses some people so much, sometimes financially, sometimes by the words that they speak, right? That they can say something in an instant and people feel better, their burdens are lighter. Some people have the money to where they can pay somebody's rent who's really seriously falling on hard times. I ain't talking about these lazy jokers who don't want to do no work. You don't want to get no job. I ain't talking about them. No, you need to be put out. You do. I'm talking, but some people really have that in them, Sandy, um, which is different than someone who has the Messiah complex. The person who has the Messiah complex, it is something mentally happening in them that's like, oh, I gotta help, I gotta help, I gotta help. Like they don't feel whole if they don't help anybody. That could be good, that could be bad. It depends. But when you go your whole life trying to make sure that you help everybody without taking time to see about yourself, that is a problem. Good evening, Marie Brown. Thank you for joining in. That's a problem when you can help everybody else, but you end up worn out. You end up depleted. You end up broke. You end up hurting. You end up can't sleep. You know, all of that stuff because you poured and poured and poured. I'm telling y'all, this really ties into last week. You poured everything out that you don't have anything left. So we again, this is why we have to have sensible compassion and we have to get rid of the Messiah complex. You cannot, I can't say it enough. You can't be everything to everybody or every time. You cannot. You cannot. It'll dry you completely up. When helping you is hurting me, I gotta draw the line. We have to draw the line and say no. People with the Messiah complex, hey, Dr. Kermita, people with the Messiah complex don't know how to say no. They don't know how. It's yes to everything. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all, that's not healthy. It's not healthy. And in some cases, it's not smart. I want to put verse 3 back on the screen for a moment. I want to look back at verse number 3. And then they came, Mark chapter 2, verse 3, Amplified Bible. Then they came bringing a paralytic to him who had been picked up and was being carried by 4 men. Now, I want to ask you this. Because at this point, y'all listening to me, and I'm sure somebody in their own mind, like, you know what? I know some people in my life that's just like this. They always need to be picked up. Not literally, they always need to be carried. They always need me to do this, always need me to do that. But when I need them to do something, they ain't nowhere to be found. So my question to you tonight is when you going to put that joker down? When you going to put him down? Because you're doing this to yourself. You do know that. Can we just talk tonight? Huh? Can we just talk? Because if I'm never able to reciprocate to you, then what kind of relationship is that? Where I'm always taking from you, but I'm never giving anything to you. No. Put his tail down. Let's look at verse number 4. I want to bring out something else in verse number 4. And when they could not get him to a place in front of Jesus because of the throng, they dug through the roof above him. And when they had scooped out an opening, wait, I'm lost. When they had scooped out an opening, they let down the thickly padded quilt or mat upon which the paralyzed man lay. So watch this. Watch this right here. What if they said, we got to get rid of this guy because I can't take it no more? I wonder if that was any of their mentality. I got to get rid of this dude. I need to go home. I need to go to work. I need to do whatever. And I can't do it because I keep carrying you. You always in my pocket. You always in my house. You always in my refrigerator. You always, come on. Come on. What if they have that mentality in verse number 4? You know what? I got a life to live myself. I can't live my life because I'm helping you. Now, back in the Bible day, in this day, they didn't have houses like we had. They didn't have the stuff that's whatever it's made of. They didn't have all that. Their roofs were made of clay. So it was easy to take the roof off. They said, oh, yeah, we finna get rid of this guy. Now, it was either, watch this, it was either a faith move. Well, absolutely, it was a faith move. But inwardly, I imagine that it could have been also, I got to do whatever it takes to get this man healed so I can live my life. So they said, you know what? Let's raise them up. We can't get through the door. We'll tear the roof off this sucker. We'll tear the roof off this joker right here. Because we got to get him the help that he needs so I can stop helping. Because I don't got nothing else. I done gave him everything. Right. So they tore the roof off. And they say, hey, yo, Jesus, here you go. Heal this dude. I got stuff to do. Heal him. And I want to say to you that have people in your life that are leeches that you have to carry around all the time. They need Jesus too. You need to invite them to church. They need to get to know Jesus so they can live a life of wellness and have some money in their pocket just like you do, just like I do. Because we can't keep giving and giving and giving until when we need it for ourselves, we don't have it. When helping you is hurting me. It's an issue. That's an issue. So yeah, we need to have sensible compassion, not just compassion, but we got to use sense, use wisdom along with our compassion. We have to have sense along with our compassion. And secondly, we have to get rid of the Messiah complex. You cannot help everybody that says they need help. You can't. You cannot. Okay? Because you'll end up drained. You'll end up drained and you'll end up angry. Because Kim Taylor said it earlier, some folks will use you until they use you up, and then they'll turn their back on you and talk about you like a dog. And all you've done was help them. Messiah complex. Stop it. Simple. Just say no. When helping you is hurting me, I had fun with y'all tonight. Listen, Friday night is the start of our conference, WTM's conference. I want you all, if tonight, if this ministry is a blessing to you in any way, will you be so kind to sow a seed into us? Sow a seed into us via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. If you need the Zelle, I will give that to you off the air. If we are being a blessing to you in any way, come on, be a blessing to us back, will you? And Friday night is the kickoff of the Overcomers Gathering 2022. Friday night with Apostle R.J. Williams as our guest speaker, and Prophetess Latina Cunningham is our worship leader. 7 o'clock Friday night, free and open to the public at Heritage Park, 1 South 325 Ardmore Avenue, where SDMI Church, Oakbrook, where we have our service. We want you there Friday night. Service starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Hear me when I say it. Okay. And Saturday morning is the front line at the same venue, 10 o'clock a.m., with Pastor John Stennis, Pastor Jeremy Collier, Pastor Matt Blumenberg, Prophetess Sheridan Davis, and author Jessica Gray. We're talking about overcoming trauma. Bring your own tissue because you're going to need it. So listen, why don't you find it in your heart to be a blessing to this ministry tonight with whatever seed you have to sow? We graciously appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in to us tonight. This is the Self-Checkout Show where we take an honest look at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. We hope that you were blessed by our talk, our chat tonight. When helping you is hurting me, put that joker down. That's all we got to say. All right, y'all. I'm Pastor Will. I'm getting out of here. I want to see your face in the place Friday night, 7 o'clock. Come on and help me celebrate. It's the first conference that I have put on like this, and I want as many of my friends and family that can come out. Come on out and support me. Come out and celebrate with me. Come out and let's celebrate together all of the things that we have overcome. That's what it's called, the Overcomers Gathering. And I'm looking for you, Overcomer, to be in the room Friday night, 7 o'clock, and Saturday morning, 10 o'clock a.m. I love y'all. Take care. I'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.